Something interesting is that I've never really considered myself a really lucky person. In fact, in some cases, I've been thought of myself as very unlucky. But I've noticed over the last, maybe couple of months that all of a sudden my luck has begun to increase dramatically, in fact. And I've noticed it because of winning when I've been playing, for example, pool against a friend of mine who virtually always beats me, and me beating him 3 times in a row. And playing Texas Hold'em, which I'm typically very poor at, and beating everybody in on bets that were pretty marginal, and then just being lucky enough to get a good hand right at the last card turned over, which is the river, multiple times, not just once during the game. And I'm attributing this change in my luck to this releasing that I've been doing. And although I've heard about this before from others, that they've experienced this, that luck comes from actually from doing meditation and getting into this area where you just are, you let go of the negative, let go of the attachment to emotions and to material things, and just the letting go allows the flow of good things to just happen. And it just seems like that's happening for me. Another place where it showed up is I was booking a hotel room in Salt Lake City for a business trip, and I got a great rate and booked the hotel and everything was fine. And everybody else that was going on that business trip from all these other companies, their rate for the hotel room was 2 to 3 times more than what I was paying for the same room. And it turns out there was some kind of event going on during that particular week that was causing a flood of people to the area that were booking up all the hotel rooms. And so they ended up canceling the live event and then just making it virtual. So we ended up all attending online. So I canceled my trip, but it was just interesting that and I didn't book like really early. I actually booked about a week and a half after learning about it. And so there was a delay there, and there were other people who apparently were booking even before me and weren't able to get a room at a decent rate. This happened again just today, where I'm down in California in the Bay Area, and there was a power outage that basically caused the power to go out to like 75,000 people in the area. So all the hotels have gotten booked up, and I'm here with some other people from my workplace, and we've been staying in a hotel that actually went dark, and it basically for the last 36 hours they've had no power whatsoever in this building other than their emergency power, so the elevators can run and they can have a few lights on down in the lobby, but all the rooms are dark. So, and the water is cold. You can't get hot water or charge your phone or anything in your room, or anywhere in the building for that matter. So I heard that all the other rooms were booked in the area, and I went ahead and decided, well, I'm going to see if I can get another room, and I booked it and got a decent rate. And then I went to the hotel, and when I showed up to check in so that I could get a room that actually had power, a different hotel, and checked out of my other room, my other hotel that didn't have power. And when I checked in, I said, hey, do you have other rooms like this available? And they said, no, not at all. And I said, well, I booked it and had no problem. And I got this certain rate. And they said, well, when did you book? And I said, well, just this morning at about 10:30. And the woman looked at the screen and she said, well, you must have gotten the last room available because we're booked solid. So my coworkers wanted to get into that hotel as well, but they weren't able to because it was all booked up. But somehow I was able to get in. And so these are just weird things that are happening where it's just like my luck is just weird. It's this great luck that I'm having recently. And I've been doing these videos, of course, talking about releasing. I've been doing releasing myself on a regular basis, especially about shame of being human, shame of the finality of death, all this stuff associated with fear of death and the shame of dying, shame of not being good enough to live forever, that kind of stuff. But also other aspects of negativity and shame that I've been letting go just on a regular basis. And my luck seems to be improving. So I encourage you to do these release exercises, to ask yourself if you can let these things go, to do the tapping exercises that I've talked about in my other videos that will help you to let go of these negative feelings that bog you down. And then you'll notice this kind of freeness that happens and this luck that just will flow your way. So that's what I wanted to leave you with today. It's very encouraging. It's kind of rather surprising to me because it's amazing to me that a person can change their luck just by doing the release and changing their energy through that process such that they attract luck. And that's what's been happening to me, and I encourage you to do it for yourself. Get lucky by releasing. That's it for today.